Hey, Vikings faithful. Skull Nation, rise up. It's your die-hard Vikings fan here with the latest Vikings news straight from the heart of Minnesota. Today, we're diving into a massive decision looming over our beloved purple and gold. What do we do with that first-round pick in the 2025 NFL Draft? Buckle up, because this one's got twists, turns, and a whole lot of suspense. Here's the teaser that's going to grab you. Picture this. Do the Vikings go for a game-changer in the secondary? Or do we fall into another offensive line trap like we did years ago? The NFL draft media's buzzing, and over 50% of the mocks have us snagging a safety. But there's a curveball named Tyler Booker that's got some heads turning. And I'm here to tell you why that might be a mistake. So, grab your horns, hit that like button already, and let's break this down together. Are we building a defense to dominate or risking it all on the O-line again? Stick with me as we unpack this draft dilemma, step by step, with all the passion of a U.S. Bank Stadium roar. What do you think we should do? Drop it in the comments. Let's get this Vikings party started. Alright, Skull Crew, let's set the stage. This isn't just any draft pick, it's the 24th overall in 2025, and the Vikings are at a crossroads. Right now, the consensus is screaming defense, specifically, a safety to lock down Brian Flores' scheme. We're talking names like South Carolina's Nick Emenwari and Georgia's Malachi Starks, who've been lighting up draft boards since free agency kicked off. Why safety? Well, our secondary's been a roller coaster, and with Flores dialing up blitzes like a mad genius, a ball hawk back there could be the missing piece. Emenwari's a 6 feet 3 inches freak who ran a 4.38. Imagine that guy snagging picks in purple. Starks? He's got that Georgia pedigree, shutting down SEC receivers like it's nothing. Over 50% of draft analysts see this as the obvious move. Do you agree? But hold up, there's more to this story. Other prospects like Texas CB Jody Barron and Oregon DT Derek Harmon are in the mix too, rounding out the top 4. Defense feels like the vibe, but then there's this massive wild card named Tyler Booker creeping into the conversation. Who is this guy and why's he got fans whispering? Let's dig deeper. Don't blink. Now, let's talk about this Alabama beast, Tyler Booker, 6 feet 5 inches, 350 pounds of pure interior O-line muscle. This dude's a human bulldozer, flattening D-linemen like they're practice dummies. When he plants his feet, it's over. Defenders can't budge him. Thanks to that anchor strength we've been begging for since Steve Hutchinson left in 2011. Picture this. Booker pancaking some poor NFC North DT while J.J. McCarthy drops dimes to Jefferson. Sounds dreamy, right? He's got power in spades, displacing guys with ease. It's the kind of dominance Vikings fans have been starving for on the interior line. For over a decade, we've watched our O-line struggle, especially inside, so a guy like Booker feels like a shiny new toy. But here's where the suspense kicks in. What's the catch? Why am I, your resident Vikings hype man, not fully sold? There's a shadow lurking in this highlight reel, and it's got echoes of a name we all know too well. Garrett Bradbury. Stick around, because this comparison's about to get real, and it might just change your mind. Okay, fam, let's rewind to 2019. Garrett Bradbury, first-round pick, 18th overall. We thought he'd be the savior of our O-line woes. Plug and play, they said. Instant starter, they cheered. Fast forward, and what did we get? A center with no anchor, pushed around like a ragdoll, and a run game that's been stuck in neutral too often. Sound familiar? Now enter Tyler Booker. On paper, he's the anti-Bradbury massive, immovable, a brick wall in the trenches. But here's the kicker. While Bradbury lacked power, Booker's got the opposite problem. He can't move. Film don't lie, folks. Watch him on a sweep play with Jalen Milroe, a 4.4 speed QB, and it's painful. Booker lumbers, struggles to hit his mark, and looks lost in open space. So what's the big deal? The Vikings offense under Kevin O'Connell thrives on outside zone running. Think Aaron Jones slicing through gaps. That scheme demands athleticism, quick feet, and precision, stuff Booker just doesn't bring. Are we about to repeat history with a shiny new mismatch? Tell me, Skull Nation, what's your gut saying right now? Let's break this down like a fourth-quarter comeback. Booker's a good player, don't get me wrong. At Alabama, he's been a force, bulldozing SEC defenses with that 350-pound frame. But good isn't great when it doesn't fit. The Vikings have spent years building an offense that needs linemen who can move, not just stand there like statues. Think about it. O'Connell's system isn't about smashing straight ahead. It's about stretching the field, creating lanes, and keeping defenses guessing. Bradbury flopped because he couldn't hold the line. Booker might flop because he can't keep up with the play. It's like buying a tank when you need a sports car. Sure, it's tough, but it ain't winning the race. Here's the million-dollar question. After all the work to make outside zone our bread and butter, is KOC willing to ditch that for a power guy like Booker? I'm not so sure. What do you think? Should we gamble on a scheme switch or stick to what's working? Hit me up in the comments. Alright, let's zoom out for a sec. Offensive line's been a Vikings fan obsession forever, and for good reason. We've been patching holes since the Hutchinson days, and the interior's been the weakest link. Bradbury's 2019 draft bust still stings. 5 years, and we're still searching for that anchor. Could Booker be it? On one hand, his strengths fix what Bradbury couldn't. Nobody's pushing this guy back. At 24th overall, some call him a plug-and-play starter, just like they did with Garrett. But here's the red flag waving. Plug and play doesn't mean game changer. Bradbury started day 1 too, and we're still here debating O-line fixes. Booker might just be another solid but not special pick. So what's the vibe, Skull fam? Are we desperate enough to take any O-lineman, or do we need a true difference maker? I'm leaning toward passing on Booker. Let's not fall into the Bradbury trap again. What's your take? Offense or defense at 24? Let's hear it. Now let's flip the script. Why's the safety hype so loud? Nick Emenwari and Malachi Starks aren't just names. They're potential Vikings legends in the making. Emenwari's a 6 feet 3 inches, 220-pound missile with that 4.38 speed, perfect for Flores aggressive D. Starks? He's a Georgia stud, locking down receivers and making QBs sweat. Over 50% of draft mocks have us going this route, and it's easy to see why. Our secondary's been a revolving door, and with J.J. McCarthy set to take the reins in 2025, protecting him's priority one, but so is giving Flores the tools to dominate. A safety like these guys could turn 3rd and longs into turnovers. Can you imagine that roar at US Bank? Here's the suspense. Do we trust the defense-first buzz? Or does the O-line ghost keep haunting us? I'm drooling over a Starks pick. Imagine him and Harrison Smith together. What's your dream pick at 24? Drop it below. Let's keep this fire going. Let's talk alternatives, because Booker ain't the only non-safety on the board. Texas CB Jody Barron's a lockdown artist, perfect for our secondary depth. Then there's Oregon DT Derek Harmon, a 6 feet 5 inches disruptor who could beef up our D-line behind Jonathan Allen and Javon Hargrave. These guys fit what we need: speed, versatility, impact. Compare that to Booker. Sure, he's a tank, but Harmon's got the quickness to collapse pockets, and Barron's got the agility to shadow receivers. The Vikings don't need a tackle. Christian Darrisaw's a stud, and the value at guard's better later. Why force an O-line pick when the board's screaming defense? Here's the hook. Are we overthinking this? Drafting Booker feels like chasing a ghost, while Barron or Harmon could be day 1 studs. What's your gut telling you? Stick with the consensus or roll the dice? I want to know, Skull Nation. Okay, let's get real about the O-line situation. We're not desperate yet. Free agency brought Ryan Kelly and Will Fries, joining Darrisaw and Brian O'Neill. That's a solid front 5 for 2025, with Blake Brandel the weak link at left guard. Booker could replace him, but is 24 too high for a guard who doesn't fit our scheme? Look at the stats. Our line struggled with interior pressure last year, 13 pressures allowed by Brandel alone in 2 late losses. Booker stops that cold, but he's a square peg in a round hole for outside zone. Later rounds have athletic guards. Why not trade back, stack picks, and grab one there? Suspense time. Are we set enough to ignore O-line early? Or is Booker tempting enough to shake things up? I say we've got bigger fish to fry on D. What's your call, Vikings fans, line or elsewhere? Hit me up. Let's paint a picture. April 24th, 2025, Green Bay, NFL Draft Night. The Vikings are on the clock at 24, and the room's buzzing. Do we hear Nick Emenwari, safety, and go wild, or Tyler Booker, guard, and scratch our heads? The mocks say safety, the fans say O-line, and Kwesi Adofo-Mensah's got the phone ready to trade back. Here's the stakes. With only 4 picks total, the fewest in the league, this choice sets the tone. A safety builds on our 6 Pro Bowlers from 2025, keeping us elite. Booker? He's a risk, maybe a starter, maybe another Bradbury flop. The clock's ticking, and the suspense is killing me. What's your prediction, Skull Crew? I'm betting Kwesi trades back, grabs a safety later, and avoids the O-line trap. Tell me your draft day vision. Let's dream big together. Alright, let's stir the pot. Could Booker work if we tweak the scheme? Imagine O'Connell mixing more power runs, letting Booker maul guys while Aaron Jones picks his spots. It's tempting. A 350-pound wrecking ball could change how defenses play us. But is that realistic? Problem is, we've built around outside zone for years, coaches, players, playbook, all of it. Switching now feels like hitting reset, and with McCarthy's rookie year ahead, consistency's key. Booker's a stud in a vacuum, but this ain't Alabama's smashmouth ball. Are we forcing it? Here's the twist. What if Booker's the steal at 24 and we're overanalyzing? I'm skeptical, but I want to hear from you. Could he flip our O-line narrative? Or is this a pipe dream? Drop your hot takes below. Let's circle back to the Bradbury trap, because it's the ghost we can't shake. In 2019, we bought the hype, ignored the fit, and got burned. Booker's got the same plug-and-play label, but the Vikings need more than a warm body, they need a spark. Is he that guy or just another name on the depth chart? Stats don't lie. Bradbury's allowed 68 pressures since 2022 per PFF, and our run games averaged a measly 4.2 yards per carry. Booker fixes the push, but kills the pull. We can't keep drafting for need over fit. Look at Dallas Turner last year, a perfect Flores piece. That's the blueprint. So what's the lesson, Skull fam? I say we dodge the trap, go defense, and build on our strengths. Agree or nah? Tell me. Let's keep this debate raging. Okay, let's dream big. What's the ceiling here? A safety like Emenwari or Starks could give us a top 5 defense, paired with Flores magic. Barron could lock down the slot, Harmon could clog the middle. Any of them push us toward a deep playoff run. Booker? Best case, he's a solid guard, but not a needle mover. Flip it, worst case, Booker's a bust, too slow for our system, and we're back to square one by 2026. The defensive picks? Lower risk, higher reward. Exactly what a contender needs. With McCarthy, Jefferson, and 6 Pro Bowlers already, this draft's about adding fire, not fixing leaks. What's your ceiling for 24, Vikings fans? I'm seeing purple confetti with a safety pick. What's your vision? Hit me with it in the comments. Let's wrap this roller coaster. Where do we land? The Vikings have a shot to cement their contender status, and 24's the pivot point. I'm team safety. Emenwari or Starks feel like the future, not a flashback to Bradbury's woes. Booker's a no-go for me, great player, wrong fit. But this ain't just my show. It's ours, Skull Nation. The draft's weeks away, and the buzz is only growing. Will Kwesi shock us? Trade back? Grab Booker anyway? The suspense is electric, and I'm here for every second of it. What's your final call? Defense, O-line, or something wild? Here's the deal. Smash that like button, drop your pick in the comments, and subscribe if you're not already in the Skull Squad. Share this with your Vikings crew. We're building something epic together. Skull Vikings. Let's make 2025 our year.